Welcome back, everybody, to Formula for Speed. We are back again to cover the Canada Grand Prix that takes place in Montreal. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Chad. This is my lovely host behind me, Babyface. Please say hello.
Hi.
Okay, so guys, again, we are back for another great race in Canada, in Montreal. I love this race. It's a great, it's built on a man-made island, 4.3 kilometers long, about 2.7 miles long. So it's a great course. Again, has a lot of history here. A lot of things have taken place in the past. And again, we didn't watch the race, but I am curious to see, guys, before I even get in all that, I'm sure by this time you guys have seen the race. Who did you think, or should I say, what was your top 10 that you predicted would finish 1 through 10? I figure maybe a lot of people may say Mercedes, but this is a track that I was thinking Ferrari would do well. I didn't see the race, but judging by the qualifying, which I did watch, I was excited to see Sebastian Vettel back on pole position for Canada. It was very exciting for me to see. Then Lewis, then Leclerc. So the Ferraris found pace in qualifying, at least. 1 and 3. Danny Rick. Guys, I know I get a lot of flack, in the past, if you watch our videos, Team Renault. But Danny Rick qualified number 4 in a Renault car. I'll say that again. Qualified number 4. That's better than both Red Bulls. That's better than Bottas. That's better than his teammate Hulkenberg. That's better than McLaren, which is best of the rest at this point. So, he really did well in that car. He found pace. He did well in qualifying. He was right there with the top 3 guys. Pierre Gasly qualified well. The thing I'll say this about Verstappen: the wrong tires. He had a tire mishap in qualifying, so it set him back. Valtteri Bottas, number 6, Hulkenberg 7. Then it goes on from there. The 2 McLarens, 8 and 9, Kevin Magnussen, and I'm sure you guys have seen this already, but I just wanted to cover the top 10 qualifying grid positions. So, Babyface, let me ask you, how did you feel about the Ferraris? Vettel back on pole.
It's a sight for sore eyes. No, well done. Well done for Sebastian. I hope he can pull it through, and I hope he can see this pole through to a win, because honestly, another race without any Ferrari leading, I wouldn't know what to say beyond that. So it's nice to see a Ferrari back in front. The fact that he's followed by Lewis should make a very exciting race. I hope the Ferrari team doesn't fudge the strategy. I hope Vettel doesn't fudge it with a mistake.
Yeah.
And I hope Charles Leclerc is not the sacrificial lamb anywhere in the race. So overall, to see Danny Rick again within the top 5 is very reminiscent of his Red Bull days. He belongs up there anyways, because he has the skill and the talent to be up there. I'm a bit sad that Valtteri Bottas is 6th, but I think it's a different grid than what we've seen for the past couple of races. Mercedes lockout 1-2, and potentially a lot of people were like, oh, here we go, it's going to be another boring race because Mercedes is going to win. Listen, they're going to win anyways. I'm a Mercedes fan, so that's horrible. But
tell them you're German, so
Well, I'm a Mercedes fan. I'm also a Red Bull fan. So anytime I see them in the front, I'm never gonna be mad. But I also don't want monotony, if that makes sense. I want to see something exciting. I want to see something engaging. So to answer your question, I'm excited that Vettel's in the front, and I hope that this race maybe shows us a Vettel that we remember and not the Vettel that we've observed or watched for the past couple of races.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think I've said this before in previous videos. I like Sebastian, I like Lewis, I like Danny Rick, and I love Kimi. Kimi's probably he is my favorite racer. He's my favorite driver on the grid by far. The other three fall second. Favorite team is McLaren. But when I'm looking at these positions right here, I want Danny Rick to win. I'm just be honest with you guys.
I think he has the car to do it.
I don't feel that bad for Valtteri Bottas. I'm not the biggest Bottas fan. I got respect for the guy. I'd rather see Kimi in that car. It's just me. I don't have nothing against Valtteri. I think he's a good driver. I'm not the biggest Valtteri Bottas fan. I respect him for what he does. He's a good driver. I would rather see Danny Rick pull this out. Maybe Leclerc second. Or Danny Rick pull it out, Sebastian second, Leclerc third. I wouldn't be mad if Hamilton got fourth. I mean, this dude's a beast, so he'll make it up. But I would love to see Renault finally on the podium again since Alonso won championships. That's the last time anyone, they were really in the top 3 teams. I mean, that long ago. So to me, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm excited to see this. Even Hülkenberg, man, McLaren, they're in the hunt. So again, I want to see Danny Rick win.
Is Renault's car gonna make it?
In my heart, I want him to win. Logically, nope. Logically, it's probably going to be, if Vettel does not mess up and crack under pressure, it should be Vettel 1, Lewis 2, Leclerc 3.
And if the Ferrari team doesn't throw out the strategy and make it a complete.
Yes. And something else. Ferrari's aero was messed up. I learned that by watching, I'm sure a lot of you guys, I watched P1, 2, 3 in qualifying. I just saved the race for you guys. So Ferrari messed up on their aero, losing 0.3 of a second per lap, reportedly. So if you think about that in F1, that's a lot of time. So 0.3, that's a couple races they could have won. I mean, if you really look at it, if Sebastian hadn't made mistakes, Leclerc hadn't made mistakes, and they had the aero right from day one, we'd probably be looking at a tougher fight. Because they had Mercedes on the ropes last year. Lewis he looked kind of scared going into Hockenheim. So, I won't say scared, but he looked worried. So guys, I'm excited for the race. Babyface, what's your prediction?
I really want to say the starting grid stays the same. So Vettel, Hamilton, Leclerc for the finish. But I don't have that much confidence in Vettel anymore, so I'm going to say Hamilton, Vettel.
Wow.
Hamilton, Vettel. Leclerc. Hamilton, Vettel, Leclerc, or Hamilton, Vettel, and someone else.
I don't even want to see Kimi finish well. I mean,
listen, Kimi is just having fun at the stage. Kimi's just
that dude is old. I mean, it's
give me an ice cream on a cone or on a steak.
And let's also, before I get into the race, guys, let's talk about again Racing Point. I know this is Lance Stroll's home race, but let's talk about how he's not made it out of Q1. And how, I'm going to leave it alone. Again, I don't think...
All of you that are possibly Lance Stroll fans, okay? I have a question for you, but I will exclude 2 groups of Lance Stroll fans because I can understand why they may be fans. I'm excluding anybody from Canada because he's representing, and if you're a fan, you're supporting him, I'm okay with that. I'm on board with that. You support your people. if you think he's absolutely adorable and cute, and that is why you're his fan, I'm excluding you as well because, sure, I mean, I don't think he's that attractive, but a lot of girls or humans may. A lot of people may. A lot of people do. I mean, there are a lot of postings out there about the cuteness of Lance Stroll. So I'm excluding those people, the ones that are Canadians and the ones that that think he's adorable. My question is not for you. My question is for everyone else. If you don't particularly, if your primary reason for being his fan is not because you're Canadian and not because you think he's attractive, please tell me why and how you are a fan of Lance Stroll. I do not understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why Lance Stroll is in a car seat. Other than maybe a non-Formula One car seat. I don't know why he's in that seat other than because his dad shells out the cash. We have so many talented drivers that deserve to be in that seat, and Lance Stroll is just like, yep, I got it. He frustrates me to no end because I think that's a wasted seat.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, yeah, I'm not a Lance Stroll fan. What I will say, not to switch gears, guys, I'm gonna really on this race. I'm sure you guys know, we've covered enough about Ferrari and Mercedes. I really want to focus on this midfield, guys. I mean, I really want to focus on these midfield guys. K-Mag, I like him for Haas. Grosjean struggling like he did last year.
Grosjean has a second career. He can go back to being a professional chef.
Well, I will say this. A lot of the midfield guys I want to cover because back to what you were saying to tie this all together. Even out of the midfield guys, I just don't think Lance Stroll is even... I'm just be honest with you. I think he's one of these guys that, like Lewis Hamilton covered it before. Unfortunately, with some of these seats, skill level doesn't determine if you get a seat. It's if you bring sponsorship, funding.
Yeah, it's the money.
It's the money. It's a business move. So with that being said, I don't consider him, just me personally, a midfield guy. I really consider him one of these guys that just was given a seat because his dad owns Racing Point. When I'm talking about are guys like K-Mag, Danny Kvyat, Alex Albon, I love that Red Bull team. They're fighting hard this season. I'm looking at guys like Checo Perez is not my favorite. He's not my favorite. I think he has some tactics with him too. I think Esteban Ocon is better than both of them, but at least Checo is a legit midfield guy. He's decent. George Russell by far is a much better racer than me. Robert Kubica.
Maybe for the next couple of races, what we need to do is watch if Stroll makes it out of Q1.
Nope, he's not going. My prediction, he won't. He's not going to. I'm not even going to waste my time betting anyone or even talking about this because I know he's not going to. If you look at just, something's telling me he's not going to make it. And in Formula One, I feel like once you develop a pattern, only certain special breeder racers can get out of that funk. I don't think he has a skill set to get out of Q1. Because Checo, Perez is good enough to get out of Q1. Let's just be honest. But, it's just... I like a lot of midfield guys, man. I'm going to really spend some time. Carlos Sainz is another, of course, Team McLaren, my favorite team on the grid. And for what she said, all of you from Canada like Lance Stroll, listen, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My favorite team is not Team Haas, and they're based right here in Concord, North Carolina. It's just not my favorite team. Now, they came along, 3 or 4 years ago? And I could have switched, but I'm loyal to McLaren.
Yeah, but if you are from Canada and you are a Lance Stroll fan, I give you a square pass. I don't question you. Go for it because guess what? That's your peoples. You're gonna go and support him. He's representing for you in the Formula One world. A horrible representation.
You're from Germany.
For sure.
You're from Germany.
Yeah.
Right? You love Mercedes.
I love Mercedes.
Do you love Lewis Hamilton? Right. My point exactly.
Well, wait a minute, because no, you very misrepresent this and you do this often, even off camera. I appreciate Lewis Hamilton. The kid has a skill that is unprecedented.
Okay.
I mean, if he stays in for another couple of years, and mind you, he's like 30 plus years old. So
34, 33, 34.
He could technically retire, but Lewis Hamilton is something that we haven't seen since like Schumi days. He is amazing. We haven't seen this like since like Senna days. He is amazing. Now, I'm not saying he's better or as good as them, but just watching him go is truly unbelievable. So at the end of the day, he's going to go down in racing history, and I can watch Hamilton and appreciate the talent and the drive. Am I a personal fan of Hamilton? I wouldn't consider myself a personal fan of Hamilton. I like Valtteri Bottas better for some reason. I can't really tell you why. I kind of gravitate towards him a bit more. But I mean, I like Verstappen. I love Danny Rick, and I love Kimi.
My favorite driver on the grid. Favorite driver on the grid.
Favorite dude on the grid. But no, I would never. I don't dislike Hamilton. I like him, and I like his driving, and I think it's something that we are very fortunate to watch him in his prime now, because he's gonna be like our generation, the kids. You know, when we were kids, we thought Senna. What's his knucklehead's name?
Prost.
Prost. Thank you.
Even though he wasn't like, I like Alain.
I never liked him. That he wasn't my dude. But, you know, watching Senna, watching Prost, watching Schumi, when we were kids, we were like, oh my goodness, they are the best. You had people hacking in. You had people just losing their minds. You had the fans, you had the ones that completely hated them. But it was just amazing to watch. And that is the standard that we set as greatness. Therefore, now our children that are coming up that are watching Hamilton, he is setting the modern standard of greatness, because look at him go. You can never take that away from the dude. So, am I a diehard fan? Like, I want his autograph and I want all of his memorabilia and stuff? No. Am I glad he's driving for Mercedes? Heck yes, because if he were driving for a Ferrari, we would be screwed.
I'm going to tell you what. And I'm going to get right to the race, guys, I promise. But the reason why I like some of these guys like Danny Rick, Hamilton, I like Esteban Ocon, no one gave them, these guys earned their way. Lewis earned his way, Ocon earned his way, nobody gave him a seat, Kimi earned his way. These guys came in good, they're great, and they continue to be great. Guys like Stroll, I'm not, you were given a seat. And there's guys that'll never get that seat.
So here's a fair question. If you take Daddy Stroll away, would Lance be in a Ferrari? And any F1 car at all?
If Daddy Stroll, if you take
Daddy Stroll away, would Lance be in an F1 car at all?
Well,
and I say no, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't, because here's the thing. His skill level's not good enough for any team to... You can't justify taking Esteban out of the seat and putting him in there off of skill. The only difference is the billionaire dad. So for me, I mean, and I have no qualms of saying this to anybody, I'm not a Lance Stroll fan, man. I just don't. I don't think he should be on the grid. The guys I like came in good. You watch these guys, you can't say nothing bad. I'm the type of guy, she'll tell you, babyface will tell you this. I'm not I don't like him because I'm not emotional like that. I like skill, I like hard work, and I like what you did coming in. I like how you carry yourself. That's why I like the guys that I like. Lance Stroll, he didn't show me any hard work. I mean, obviously, you're just out there. Come on. You know, so I'll get to the race, guys. But again, I really shout out to Renault. I've lost two bets off of Renault. But this, I'm telling you, my heart of hearts, Danny Rick. Logically, I don't want to say. I'm just get to the race. What do you say Danny Rick finishes? Where do you say?
Oh gosh, I want him to finish in 4th or higher so bad. But I don't know.
Oh man. And while this is going, just like I got respect for Verstappen, but I just feel like, now he's actually way better than Stroll, but again, his father raced. So you kind of pretty much knew he was probably going to see somewhere. Verstappen's much better, different league than Stroll, but I'm not saying to hold it against him, because as much as he crashed last year for first part of the season, I thought his seat should have been snatched. But he redeemed himself. Now he's he's a comeback driver of the year. So I like Verstappen. I actually like Verstappen. He's not my favorite, but I like him. Again, man, some of these guys I just don't think.
Just one.
Yeah. It's your fault. Guys, it's Babyface's fault, by the way, for this long intro. I told her to shorten it up. I told her to shorten this intro up. She wanted me to cover all these points. I was ready to get right into the race, guys. I apologize on behalf of me and Babyface. This is all her fault. I said, can we please keep it short and sweet? She wanted me to go off on tangents. She wanted me to cover all these things. I said, we cover it throughout the race. Nope. So if
Jesus is gonna cut your tongue out. That's what's gonna happen. You lying, just.
Honesty, Babyface. That's where it starts.
Coño.
Say the rest of it. Coño what?
I'm gonna pause this video to knock your Adam's apple square in the back of your throat.
Oh man. Guys, what do you think about Giovinazzi? What do you think? Does anybody have any feeling on him? Because I feel like he is just kind of. I'm not saying he's not good, but I just feel like I hear people mention him. I just don't see a lot about him, like all the other drivers, good or bad.
He doesn't stand out to me. Maybe I need to watch him closer.
He's not a bad driver. He's really he's good.
He's not even on my radar. I never notice him.
And guys, I also want. I would be happy for Team Williams if they at least once this year got a car, one of their cars, maybe George Russell, P15 one time, 14 one time. Even though it's still out of the points, I don't think they're expecting true results like that until later on in the year when they get some more development and things going like that. But I've always I've been watching this since I was a kid. So some of these teams like Renault, Williams, I've liked them since I was young. And Renault, I like Alonso when he beat Schumi. I was not happy about it. I felt as a kid it was very disrespectful for him to beat Schumi. No, I did. I was kind of upset. I was like, who does this guy think he is? You don't beat Schumi. I was personally offended. But it's funny how as we're watching the warm up and everything, these guys talking to guys on the grid. It was funny for me before the age of social media, just reading different articles from back then. How many people actually loved Schumi versus didn't like him? There were a number of people who thought he was on a cheating team. They thought he was given the best preferential treatment, and how I read some of the comments about Hamilton and Vettel. And I remember going back and reading old articles on Schumi and how Ralph had to take up for him and defend him often, because even though a lot of people loved him, a lot of people did not like Schumi. They said
oh yeah, there was some serious Schumi hate.
Yeah, they said he was not personable. They said he was on a team that gave him the best cars. They said Ferrari whined a lot back then, and that they were kind of just, they got what they wanted, and Schumi, they never let Felipe Massa race. And I said, well man, Schumi had the skill set. So when I hear the hate on Hamilton and Vettel, I'm just like, to me it's nothing new, because they did the same thing to Schumi. The only one I don't remember, I think everyone loved was Senna.
Well,
to an extent.
I think that was so far beyond our time that we probably wouldn't.
That was very true.
Remember? And I think when he passed away, all of that just went away, because you don't want to hate on a great driver that just died on the track.
I think that's the only Brazilian in professional sports that she likes.
That is very true.
Yeah. She doesn't like, another conversation, guys, but she is...
You're gonna make me sound like a racist here. Listen, just because...
has nothing to do with race.
In the World Cup...
She's a football fan, and she does not like Brazil.
Cup, I will never root for Brazil.
Okay. She's over here pouting. You guys gotta see this.
That's a different sport. I don't know why you got that into the topic, because you know it riles me up.
Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've liked. That's when I became a McLaren fan.
For the Senna?
Oh yeah. Favorite driver of all time is Senna. I will say, Schumi's right up there for me. But yeah, watching Lewis Hamilton race is a treat, man. This guy's on race on another level. I mean, last year he shouldn't have won. He had the lesser car, and that's what makes him so great. Schumi always had the better car when he won. Lewis Hamilton didn't. It's a difference. Not taking nothing away from Schumi at all, because you can. He won in the Benetton. It was great, but it's a treat to see Vettel and Hamilton race together, I think, to me personally. I know everybody's not a Vettel fan, but I've always liked Vettel. I'm hard on him, but I've always been a Vettel fan. So, okay, so good, guys, it's a great start from Vettel, of course. Hamilton had a good start. Wow. Danny Rick's there. Danny Rick just needs a car, guys. And babyface, to be fair, I can't tell you why I'm not the biggest Bottas fan. It's just, I'm just not. I've never been.
Yeah, I think between you and me, we balance it out. You are a huge Hamilton fan. I prefer Bottas. We just make a perfect Mercedes package.
But he's a great driver. I can't take it away from him. His skill set, I mean, no hate. Dude is good. Norris is a great young racer. Guys, I like him. Britain should be proud. They got Lewis, they got Lando, George Russell. Even though he's not in a competitive car, he's still good, man. Look at Pierre Gasly, guys. Pierre, I know he's the B driver, but P5 right now. Hulkenberg, P6.
Did you see how Albon lost his nose?
Yeah, he has to get a new nose. I mean, it happens.
He's good too.
I like Albon. I like Albon. I like that team. I've always liked the B team for
the Toro Rosso.
Yep, the Toro Rosso team. They were the first ones to use the Honda engines, and they did well last year.
Because God knows we can't trust the Renault engine.
Let's not do that. We're not doing that this time. P4 for Rick. Hulkenberg is now running 6. We're not doing that today, guys. We're not going down Renault. George Russell is 15th, guys. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for Team Williams, that's huge. I'll take it. George Russell's running 15. I can't say it enough. I'm happy for him. One of the few privateer teams left. I mean, they don't come with all this stuff. I mean, it's Frank Williams' team. His daughter's not running it, Claire, and I respect it. Hard work and grind. Nobody gave anything to him, so I like those teams. Danny Rick's still running 4. Man, I wish I'd have made this bet for this race. I wish they were running like this the last how many races? Man, I probably could have won a bet or 2. Guys, I could have won a bet or 2 if they would just done it. It's okay. Water under the bridge. I got you, babyface. So you guys can't see her and trying to antagonize me about Team Renault. That's fine. Look at the Roman. Hey guys, let's talk about Roman.
Oh, that really caught him. He's like trying to punch it out.
Oh yeah, that caught him bad. He has some bad guys. Roman has some bad luck at times.
Thank God for that freaking Halo.
And I'm gonna tell you, Halo's good. And I'm gonna tell you what. I watched a Netflix series about Formula One. I don't like the fact, man, that people were just laughing at. I mean, people used to laugh at Roman last season. He won't get out of turn 1. He won't get out of turn 2. Team Renault teasing him. I say, hey man, don't do that to Roman. No, that's their rival. And you know there were times he didn't. When he crashed under the safety car last year. It's okay. I like Roman.
Listen, when Roman Grosjean crashed trying to warm up his tires.
Why do you always, guys, don't you?
I was in tears. I couldn't believe my eyes. Roman Grosjean wasn't even on my radar back then that much. I was just like, oh, okay, he's okay, I guess. When he crashed behind that safety car, I was like, oh, no. How do you crash behind the safety car? How?
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Verstappen's running 9 right now. He's not having a... I'm sure he'll try to pass some people, but I hope he doesn't crash. But, guys, there are certain people you cannot make a mistake in front of. Babyface is one of them.
Oh, my
you probably won't live it down. I'm just being honest with you. You won't. If it's something like that, good luck living it down. You like, because Roman can be like, yeah, I can take her out.
He can live it down.
Roman will be like, if we're ever at a race, just for example, he'll be like, hey, I can take somebody on a ride around the course in this safety car. She'll be like, oh no, not you, anybody but you. She'll say something like that. And I'll be like, he made a mistake.
I'm not that unforgiving.
And of course, Verstappen already then 13 seconds off the lead.
So guys, running number 1 is Vettel still number 1. Hamilton's number 2. Leclerc still number 3. Danny Rick's number 4. Gasly's number 5. The 2 Renaults, 4 and 6 guys. Team Renault, baby face. Call out position number 4 for me one time.
Danny Rick. Danny Rick.
Look at young Lando running 8, but he's there. He's competing. Verstappen, I think, is Lando. If he gets close, just let him go. I know that sounds crazy, but I get really nervous when Verstappen goes to pass people because I'm not sure if he's going to make contact or not.
There he goes. Oh,
Oh, guys, Lando. Lap number 9.
Why are people putting it out?
I hate to see that, guys. He was running so well.
Not Lando.
The brake issue melted the rear suspension. Guys, that is...
Well, he did a great job.
He did. That's not his fault.
That has literally
team, and they're doing very well with Lance Stroll, who's driving very frugally. He's driving like he's paying for his tyres himself in V8.
Oh my God.
He's driving very frugally. Like he's paying for his tires. You know what he may be? Lance Stroll is driving very frugally. As I think Crafty said, he's driving like he's paying for his tires himself. What is going on with the Haas cars, babyface? They have no pace. I don't understand. Last year, they just have no pace this year, really. I mean, they do, but they don't, but they just don't.
I'm sorry, one more time?
They do, but they don't. But they just don't.
still in the one low 1 minute 17. Really is driving.
I got that from you.
No, you didn't.
They've had to go back to. They have to go back to old.
Shout out to man. Shout out to Vettel running P1 babyface. Is he back?
We're halfway through the race.
Guys, is Vettel is he back?
Lord Jesus, does he make it?
Don't do that. Don't now see why you gotta does he make it? You just gotta take it to the extreme.
Listen, we have a lot more. We have 30 laps to go. A lot can happen in 30 laps.
That's true, but
anything Renault taught us that in the last 3 laps,
I'm not doing this with you. Do you see? Guys, she proves my point. Do not mess up. You won't live it down.
Oh, shush.
Vettel number 1. I mean, P1. Tell me it's not good to see, though.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. These two have, they're going at it. This is what you want to see.
I think his last name is like, what? What? You're finally next to the what?
Don't start. Don't do that to him, man. You savage with it. Come on. Don't do that to him. He's back in number 1 position.
Hamilton and Bottas split the running, and Hamilton had his problems, so didn't get anywhere near the running that Bottas.
Leclerc's back in P3 for stopping 4. Okay, Bottas 5. The 2 Renaults, 6 and 7. Lance Stroll still in 8th. I'm mad I sounded like that. I was like, Team Renault, 6 and 7. Lance Stroll still in 8th. I didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. That was. I didn't have to do that. Give the man his props. He's up from P17 from the start of the race, so he's racing well.
Maybe his dad finally said,
"Stop it.
I'm not paying you until you make P single digit."
Well, he needs to give him incentive to make it out of Q1. Facts. Let me be honest. He hasn't made it out of Q1 yet, and I don't see him making out of it. I don't know, for a while.
Well, I think so. Lewis Hamilton thought there was a gap, but the wall
What happened with Lewis? What happened with Vettel?
closed that gap down. Has Vettel just gone away with an error and preserved his lead in this Canadian Grand Prix?
Why did he just run off the track?
The track falls away there down into
Wait. I need to see this one more time.
off some back markers. He
Look.
has then caught them in a really bad place. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the back just would not stick.
No, that's just him.
As well.
Wow.
Penalty! I call penalty!
Hamilton thought there was a gap there and he was going for it.
Wow.
Definitely, right-hand side.
Penalty!
Guys, why? What is going on with Vettel?
Call penalty!
Yeah, copy this. We're on it.
Hamilton now thinks it was a dangerous rejoining.
Hamilton thinks it was the way he rejoined was dangerous. So if I'm Mercedes, you gotta go to the source about that. Anybody would.
Penalty!
What's a 5 second?
And if he gets a penalty, he just screwed
He
his
messed.
lead.
Why do you sound so happy about it?
I'm not happy, I'm just saying, that's a penalty. I'm telling you.
Why did he go off the track, guys? Can someone explain to me why did he just go off the track?
Penalty.
What is going on with? Even Toto's like, what in the world was that?
And into the pits comes Max.
That's a
What
penalty.
was that?
If this boy just threw away his only lead.
Can you explain to me how he did that? Why? And guys, I said this before the race started. Every time Hamilton puts pressure on him, he falls out. What is it? It's like he hears the boogeyman or something. Like he gets scared and like freezes. Like he doesn't know. He forgets how to race. It's just Lewis. You've been racing him for years.
He tries to fight his way back.
That's frustrating.
He thought the Red Bull, no point for
That's frustrating, man.
That's a penalty.
It is. It's gonna be, and that's the rules. You can't rejoin the circuit in an unsafe manner. It's a penalty, and he caused it. No one was around. I mean, behind him, but you can't blame him on the back marker. You did that before you got to him.
Oh my goodness.
That is so frustrating.
All that racing, all that work.
He can give away. It's gonna be a penalty. It is.
It's a penalty. I'm just waiting to see what the penalty is.
5 seconds. That's normal.
Danny Kvyat.
3 to 5, I think, but I think that's normal. 3 to 5 seconds.
Hamilton could. And
He just went off the road. Look at that.
Hamilton towards the wall.
Yeah, he almost squeezed Hamilton against the wall. That was not cool.
They're having a conflict.
And Vettel will probably say, "Look, what else could I do? What else could I do? But why were you in that position in the first
Why
place?
did you start slipping and sliding? Are your brakes?
Canadian.
No.
Are your tires?
Listen. He's fine now.
0.7 of a second, the difference.
These two are going at it, and he does something like that. I don't
He
get
threw away
why.
the race. He just threw it away. He threw away the lead. He did.
I was rooting for him. I wanted him to win this race. I was rooting for him.
We want to see Sebastian
He threw it away.
Hamilton going at it.
Wow.
Unfortunate task of waving the flag too early.
Guys, help me under. What is going on with him and Hamilton to the point
Long time ago.
Hamilton gets behind him and he just
Cars winning.
Sebastian just folds, man.
I am going to interrupt you.
Wow.
Because Sebastian Vettel has been given a 5-second time
I knew it.
penalty for an unsafe.
Guys, I knew it. 5 second time. I said 3 to 5 seconds. Unsafe.
The track. Last week, they lost 2 seconds
Vettel.
qualification.
You know, if you go through the grass and you come back, have an amazing trip. Where the hell am I supposed to go?
Well, Vettel, why'd you go to grass? That's the thing. You should have stayed on the track.
What do you think? It has to go that way. If you go to the inside, you got past me.
Okay, stay focused. Copy that. Stay focused.
Oh, he's so
I
frustrated.
am focused, but they're stealing the race from us.
Copy that.
It's not appealable, that's the thing. You add it at the end.
Well, the thing is, they can't cry about these rules because last year guys were re-entering the race unsafely. And it was the right call. You can't pick and choose
When the rule
when the rule applies. If it's going to be a rule, it's going to be a rule.
Over-regulation in Formula One,
Because if I'm the stewards, I'm like, dude, you shouldn't have made the mistake.
killing the race. All I know is my mate Chris is going out because he.
And since then, you can't say it's the car because since then he's not done it. Since he's built back up that lead over Lewis, and Lewis is not within DRS, he's not made a mistake. So you can't say it's the car. It's just every time Lewis Hamilton gets close to him as of
He
late.
jerked that car hard to the left. You see that?
Yeah.
That's how he got on the grass.
He's still, for me, that
Control the car.
Yeah, you still ain't got control of the car. You rejoined, you impeded his racing line, so it's a penalty.
you put back on the track.
It is. I mean, there's nothing you could do. If I'm the stewards, I'm like, stop making mistakes. Seriously, if I'm the stewards, I'm looking like, you need to stop making mistakes
I
like
think you
this.
should make up your mind because a couple seconds ago you were like, there was nothing. What was he supposed to do?
But again, there was nothing he could do. But if I'm the stewards, if I'm playing devil's advocate, I'm gonna say, stop making the mistakes.
Lewis Hamilton,
There was nothing he could do because of his mistake.
Charles Leclerc is starting to gain on both of these two, but he's.
It just doesn't, guys. I'm trying to think of anything, any excuse to give him. But again, like Babyface said, before Hamilton was in DRS, no mistakes. After Hamilton falls back out of DRS, no mistakes.
That his teammate.
So this is Vettel's fault. He's in this position. I mean, I'm serious. Like,
Yeah, so, you know, we know we've got an angry Sebastian.
That's what it is.
Where
Cracking under
it was,
pressure.
but he's been doing this so long. You're Sebastian Vettel. What do you mean you're cracking under pressure? You're not a rookie.
No, during the
It's Lewis Hamilton. You've been racing with him how long now?
1980,
Well over a decade. Are you serious?
Didier Pironi's Ligier crossed the line here first in 1980.
That's disappointing. I'm a Vettel fan, but I just don't understand what's going on mentally.
Yes, it's happened before. That's to set the far.
Yeah, I could care less about.
And well, Butler's had his say. I've had my say.
It's not fair, dude. What's pressuring you so bad from Lewis Hamilton to make you do these things? Hockenheim, the desert this year. Every time he gets close, you spin or you do something erratic. And that's the thing with him. These mistakes are erratic. They don't make sense.
And therefore didn't deliberately go across. It's one of those things that happens when you've got real.
He could have won that.
Crossed the line first
Gave it away.
here in Canada this afternoon.
He gave it away with a mistake. Erratic mistakes. It's been like this since Hockenheim last year. It's like he never bounced back when he crashed out. Erratic mistakes. We were like, what happened? Remember that? We were both like, what happened? The desert earlier this year, Lewis gets close, he spins. You're like, what? Just now, Lewis gets close. What happened?
Lewis Hamilton overtakes about. So Charles Leclerc will finish in second place. I'm totting it all up now. I think Sebastian Vettel's day has gone from bad to.
Are you kidding?
Oh my god.
Be fair. I know I'm hard on him, but who does he have to blame?
A second place away from him by allowing
This dude Vettel, man. I don't.
Ahead of Verstappen, Ricardo beats Hulkenberg.
Guys, I get everybody saying it's not fair, it isn't fair, this, that, and the third. But you guys got to be honest.
For number 2,
He made the mistake.
streets. They go a little bit chaotic, but
Can't blame him on the back marker. Lewis didn't touch him. He just made the mistake. Can't say it was the car because he didn't make it after that and he didn't make it before that. Again, it's not. This is sad.
the way I wanted to win it.
Like Lewis said, it's not the way he wanted to win, but I'll take it because he keeps forcing the air. This dude is.
Vettel refuses to pull up. He just took off. He just pushed his car.
I don't blame him for that. You look crazy.
Well, I don't know about boycotting the park.
What you think, Bayfish?
Yesterday,
Vettel should have won. I don't understand why he went into the down grass.
the race pace was very, very strong.
With me and Babyface want to know this. Forget the rules.
For the team,
Why did you make the error?
extremely hard.
Why do you keep making the same error when the same guy gets behind you?
Definitely,
What is causing these errors? Erratic errors every time.
Mistake while anybody else is behind him.
It's just Lewis.
hopefully the victory will come.
No, I'll say this. When Max gets close, he'll swerve a little bit too.
So you just
Well, I get when Max gets close to you.
I've watched him do it with Danny Rick as well. It's like when, I don't know what it is mentally with him. Because I remember one of the races last year, Kimi got close. And he kind of made a mistake. He didn't go off the track, but he kind of lost it. And I was like, what? Dude, what is it? It's like when anybody gets close to him.
Extra champagne. Martin.
Guys, I don't like the way this ended. Vettel's upset. He's putting on a scene. I get it. But for me, don't make the erratic mistakes like you've been doing. You know, I don't. Again, I don't like the way it ended. I'm like with Lewis Hamilton. He didn't want to win that way. I didn't want to see him win that way. But I think Lewis Hamilton knew, like he said, admitted in the interview, I couldn't pass him because I was, brakes and stuff. But he knew in his head, if I put enough pressure on this guy, you don't even got to touch him. He'll just make an error. And I'm not quite sure what's going on with Sab, because it's not, guys, you can't say this is a freak thing. He's done this now multiple times. You get close to him, he spins out. You get close to him, or run off the track. You get close to him, he may hit someone. It's just weird stuff. Lock up. Do weird, erratic stuff. Now it puts him in a position where he's having to go to the stores. And if I'm the stores guys, I'm like, well, how did you end up in that position in the first place? Stay on the track. Stay on the track. Your competitor did. Why didn't you? Dude, I didn't like that. Shout out to Leclerc. Shout out to all the midfield guys. Had a great race. Renault guys had good races. Stroll finishing the points.
Holy mother of God. Seb went and switched the signs in front of the cars. Put 2 in front of Lewis's car and 1 in the empty gap where his car should have been.
Somebody needs to put a sticker on the front of his car and say, stop making errors. Erratic errors.
Oh, Lord.
That's all for show. That doesn't impress me. It makes me mad, frankly. That's all for show. Like you want to switch from first to second in front of your car. Stop making errors. You won't have to do all this put on the show stuff. I don't get it, man. It's frustrating for me because I'm like, dude, just stop making erratic errors. Then get mad at everybody else because you made the error. Grazie. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like not this way. If I was his team, I'd be like, yeah, we don't want to see it this way either. We're trying to figure out what's going on with you mentally that you keep doing the same thing when this guy gets behind you. You crack under pressure. What's wrong? I mean, it's to the point now, guys. I'm looking at some of the comments on the team site, on the F1 page and team page, should I say. And people are noticing Sab's just cracking under pressure. I don't know what's wrong. And he's younger than Lewis Hamilton. So you can't say it's age. I don't know, guys. Babyface. And you can't get mad at the stores because last year, Lewis got penalized. Other drivers have been penalized for doing the same thing. It's just it happened to bite him and made him lose the race.
Lewis Hamilton had a fantastic point, and I think that's what it comes down to. You cannot rejoin the track on the racing line. And I'm sorry if you're the leader of the race.
Or you're the back marker.
But if you do, that could have been a nasty crash.
Right.
It could have been. Yes, it sucks. But to be fair, if the stewards didn't give him the 5-second penalty, then everyone else and their mom would have cried, oh my God.
So why did you give us a
preference?
Ferrari gets preference.
Last year this wasn't like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the spirit of dishing it out equally, yes, I feel the penalty was needed. Because I really wanted to see Vettel actually make a friggin' podium on number 1, I mean, I would have taken them not giving him a penalty, but I would have probably been like, you know somebody paid them off back there, right? That should have been a penalty.
And that's
but
what you don't want. Yeah.
I still would have enjoyed seeing Vettel on number 1. But you have to be fair across the damn board. You can't just be like, I feel bad for you. I'm not going to give you the penalty.
Guys, my thing is this. Earn it. Earn it. If you should be number 1 on the podium, show and prove. The reason why this guy keeps winning races, he shows and proves. He's not making error. This is something he's been doing. I mean, I know we joke about Romain Grosjean, but what happened in Hockenheim last year? What caused that? Happened in the desert. It's, guys, my closing remarks are this. Vettel's cracking under pressure, and I'm not sure why. Again, Lewis is outside of DRS. He's running fine. When Lewis Hamilton gets within DRS range, or anybody else of that matter gets close to Vettel, he makes mistakes, erratic mistakes. I'm not quite sure why. So maybe you guys have some thoughts on it. What's wrong with the guy? What's going on mentally with him? I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me understand. And then he gets mad because now the race is snatched from him. But again, why was the race? You have to go back to the origin of what caused all of this. Your erratic mistake. I'm done with it, man. I like Sab. I love him as a racer. I love him as a driver. I love him. I mean, it's just that he has to stop doing these mistakes and get mad at everybody else because there's a consequence to his mistakes. Whatever, man. So, guys, I'm disappointed. I'm not real happy with this race because just because of the fact that Vettel, I feel like, folded. Whether you're a Ferrari fan or not, you can honestly look at that and say, because when he did it, everyone was like, "Ooh!" Even the commentators were like, "Ooh, Vettel just went off the track." Yeah, what happened? Even me and Babyface were like, "What just happened?" So yeah, guys, we'll see on the next race. Again, this is Formula for Speed. It's our raw reaction to the race. We appreciate you guys listening. This is how mad I am. Tuning in, listening, turn on the notification bells. Come on, Sad. You gotta do better, man. You gotta do better. Stop with the errors. I don't understand. But again, guys, please let us know what you think. What's going on with Sad? And we'll see you next race. That's it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say bye.
Goodbye.